Students, today we are going to solve the first term question paper of 10th class 10th. So let's start with the section A. In this question paper you have two sections. It is of 100 mark. So ICSE class 10 computer. First term questions is section A, that is of 40 marks, and you have many questions, and section B, it is of 60 marks. Attempt any 4 which is of practical. So this is the question paper. So we'll start answering the question paper one by one as a revision. Let's begin. Let's start. The first question is, what is abstraction? What is abstraction, girls? Abstraction means the act of representing essential features without including the background details. What is abstraction? So for this question you have to write the act of representing essential features without including the background details. This is of 2 marks. You have 5 questions which is of 2 marks. So you just want to write the definition, the act of representing essential features without including the background details. Next, second question is, classify the following as primitive or non-primitive data types. So you have to classify the primitive and non-primitive. So I am going to draw a table here for primitive data types and for non-primitive data types. They have given 4. From that you have to select. First one is class character. First one is char, B is array, and int class. So you have to classify into char belongs to primitive. Next, arrays. Arrays belong to reference type, that is non-primitive. Third one, int. Int belong to again fundamental basic primitive data type. And last one is class. Class is reference type, so it will come under non-primitive data type. This way you have to solve. Next, third question is an output question. Int res is equal to a. That is, a is a character. It is coming under in single quotes and it is stored in integer. What is the value of res? So your question is, int res is equal to a. You might be thinking that a is a character, so you are assigning it to an int. It will be error. No, it will not be error. This is char type. This is integer. So character is a smaller data type. This is a larger one. So automatically the smaller into larger implicit conversion will be taken place. So corresponding a's value will be assigned to res. So you have A to Z as 65 to 97 and 90 and 65 to 26 is 91 and A to Z is 97 to 122. So you have this. So capital A means 65. So your output will be res is equal to 65. Next question. State the difference between while and do while. Here you have to find out the differences between while and do while. So again you have to, for this question you have to solve by drawing a table. Always remember that differences should be in a table. Okay. First differences should be matching also, so that if both side is correct then only you will get marks. So while is entry controlled loop, that is condition will be checked at the beginning. This is an exit control loop. So when you write this, the second point should not be the condition is checked at the beginning and the condition is checked at the end, because here this is you have already mentioned in entry control loop. Second condition you can write, if condition is true then only loop will execute. if the condition is true, then only the loop will execute. Here, even if the condition is false, the loop will execute for once. So even if the condition is false, the loop will execute for once. This is the important point. Second difference is, third difference is, semicolon will not come after while under while loop. Here semicolon will come after while. Third point. Fourth point, you can write only 2 points. You need to write only 2 points. I am just mentioning all the points so that it will be easy for you. While condition body, like this. Here do body while condition, semicolon. The semicolon should be there. So you can write any 2 points. It will carry one mark each. If both sides are correct, then only you will get that point marks. Okay. Next question is, what do you understand by, fifth question, what do you understand by type conversion? What is mean by, listen properly, they are asked for, what do you understand by type conversion? So type conversion means, you have to just mention, type conversion means conversion of one data type. Conversion of one data type into another. Conversion of one data type into another is known as type conversion. So just want to write that only. Okay. So each carries us 2 marks. So 10 marks questions we have already. Actually this is of 10 mark questions, so we have already done 10 mark questions. Next questions 2, section 2 we are discussing about. The first question is, write a Java expression 2. Question 2 is, write a Java expression for the following. They have given, the question is, root of x square minus 3x. Remember that root is only for x square, a plus b. This is we have to mention in the Java expression. It's very simple. This root of will give us, write as mac dot sqrt, and in bracket we will write mac dot power of x comma 2 minus 3 star x slash, you will write a plus b. This is the expression what you have to write. So numerator will carries 1 mark and denominator will carries another 1 mark. So total 2 marks for this question. What is the value of y after evaluating the expression given below? So we have to find out the value of y. The question is, y plus is equal to plus y plus y minus minus plus minus y, where y's value is 8. You have y's value as 8. You have to solve the equation and we have to find out what is the value of y. This is shorthand operator. So first you have to solve it as y plus, and then in bracket your whole question will come y minus minus plus minus y. Now we'll solve 8 plus, this is a prefix increment operator. So it will change the value and then use. So y becomes 9 plus, this is a postfix decrement operator. So it will use and change. So 9, y's value become 8 again, and it is again prefix decrement. So y's value becomes 7. So here plus 7 will come. So total is equal to 8 plus 9 plus 9, 18 plus 7, that is 25. 8 plus 25, which is equal to 33. Your y value is 33. You have to solve like this. Next question is, what is a nested for loop? What is a nested for loop? You have to write not a loop inside loop. You have to write a for loop. A for loop inside another for loop is known as nested for loop. A for loop inside another for loop is known as nested for loop. That you have to mention. Next question is, name two jump statements and their use. So you have to mention the jump statements and their use. The fourth question, it is of 2 marks. Remember, it's for 2 marks. So what you have to do is name two jump statements and their use. First we will write. You have jump statement as, what are the jump statements you have? Break and return and continue. Mainly you have learned break and continue, but you have already learned return also. So now we will write the use. It will terminate the entire loop. When it is encountered, break will terminate the entire loop. It is when it is encountered, it will terminate the entire loop. So what about return statement? Return statement, it will return to the calling function. When it is encountered, the control will goes to the return to the calling function. The control will goes to the calling function. Next, continue. What is the purpose of continue? It will skip the current iteration. It will skip the current iteration and moves to the next iteration. So it will skip the current iteration and moves to the next iteration. Okay, so you can write any two. First you have to, while solving this question, first you have to mention break, return, continue. Any two you have to mention, then only you will mention the purposes, because marks are distributed like that. Okay, half, half and half, half. So for the naming half and for using half. What is a punctuator? Give an example. This might be a tricky question. What is a punctuator? Punctuators you have to mention. Punctuators are separators. Punctuators are separators, which is used to separate anything. You can give bracket, curly braces, comma, dot. You can give any example. Okay, you can give any one example. Now moving to question 3 part. What is a question 3? First one, name the, it is of 10 marks again. So you have 4 questions, each carries of 10 marks. Okay, so question 3 is first part. Name the primitive data type in Java that is a 64-bit integer. Listen, it is a integer. So when you see integer, don't write int. Don't write int. They ask for, name the primitive data type, a 64-bit integer, and is used when you need a range of values wider than those provided by int. So it is an int, but its size is larger than int. So it means it is long. It is an integer, but its size is larger than int. So you have to check that. 32-bit means you can write integer. It is mentioned as 64-bit, so it will be long. Next, a single 16-bit Unicode characters whose default value is /U0000. A single 16-bit Unicode character. Automatically the default value belongs to char. You have to write it like long and char in small letter only, because they have asked for primitive data type. Each carries 1 marks. This is of 2 marks question. Next question, second part. Write a single statement that use a conditional operator to set time to 10. Question is, we have to set time to 10 if 10 hours if speed is more than 70, otherwise 15. So if speed is more than 70, it has to be set as 10, time is set to be 10 hours, otherwise time is set to be 15 hours. You have to do that. So you have to write a conditional operator. What is your conditional operator? This is your conditional operator. So how will you write? You have to write time is equal to speed is greater than 70. If speed is greater than 70, question mark, it is 10. Don't write hours. No need of hours. You just want to write 10 is to 15. So as per the question, if speed is greater than 70, 10 will be assigned to time. Otherwise, 15 will be assigned to time. You have to just write this. You don't need to mention hours. Okay. Next, moving to the, you get simply, if you write this, you get 2 marks. Very easy question paper it is. What are keywords? Can keywords be used as an identifiers? So what you will write for this question? What are keywords? Can keywords be used as an identifier? Keywords are, what are keywords? Keywords are the words, special words which give a special meaning to the compiler. These are words. So you have to write 2 times, 2 definitions. First one is, what is keywords? These are special words which convey a special meaning to the compiler. These are words which convey a special meaning to the compiler. Meaning to the compiler. Next part is, second part they have asked for, what is, can keyword be used as an identifier? No. Keywords, you have to write it separately. No, keywords cannot be used as an identifier because identifiers are the names which is used to identify different building block of a program, whereas keywords are words which have a special meaning. So keywords cannot be used as an identifier. So keywords cannot be used as an identifier. Next, moving to the fourth question. Convert the following segment into an equivalent do-while loop. So they have given a for loop. You have to convert that into a do-while loop. So I will write the for loop here. For x is equal to 10. Initialization they have given inside the loop, and condition is c greater than 10, and updation is c is equal to c minus 2, and inside also you have an updation. So how we are going to write this statement? So we'll do how we are going to write this while using do while loop. So this is initialization. In do while loop you have to first think that first initialization should be done outside the loop beginning. So you have to mention it as, you can either mention int x is equal to 10. If you don't want to use, you can avoid that also. X is equal to 10, c is equal to 20. Okay. If you don't want, you can leave this also. You can simply write x is equal to 10 semicolon c is equal to 20. X is equal to 10, c is equal to 20. While rewriting, remember that don't add any extra statements. Okay. Next, you have to start do, and what is this? C is equal to c minus 2 x plus plus. First you have to write x plus plus, and then you have to write c is equal to c minus 2, because when it comes initialization, condition, then body of the loop, then only updation statement. So you have to write in that order: initialization, body of the loop, updation, and then you have to close it, and you have a while with the condition c greater than 10, and don't forget to close the loop. So marks will be distributed according to that, 2 marks each. Next, give the differences between switch statement and if else statement. So you have to again mention many differences are there between switch and if else. What are the differences? Switch cannot handle range. It cannot handle range, whereas can handle range. This can handle, if else can handle range. Same, it does not support floating point. It does not support floating points, whereas if else supports floating point. Supports floating point. So any two only you have to write. You can write these two: can handle range, cannot handle range, and you can simply write It's a multi-branch statement. This is used for checking the condition. If the condition is true, if part will work. If condition is false, else part will work. So this is it will work only against a single integer. It checks for only equality. It checks for only equality. Here it can be used for logical, relational conditions. We can use logical and relational conditions in if else, whereas here switch can only used for equality. Any 2 points is needed. Next, question 4, that is of again 10 marks. First question is of, they have given 4 sections, and with 5 questions is each one has mac dot seal of. Seal means upper value. Here it is given negative value, negative. So its upper value will be minus 28.0. You have to mention minus 28.0 because it's a negative. So when it is decreased, then only its value will be higher. Next, mac dot rind of. Rind means it is opposite. It is same as that of round. It is same as that of round. It will be approximately to the next value. It will give approximate to the next value, that is 38.96 means 39, but it will give value in round, double. So it is just same as that of round off, but its value will be in double type, 39.0. Next, mac dot floor 144.99. Floor means lower value, so it will give 144.0. Next, mac dot absolute of 348.9. It's a positive number, so the same number will be answer. So it will be 3489.45. No changes in this. Okay. Next, second part. What is the function of an operator? What is the function of an operator? It is used for operation. It is used for arithmetical calculation. Used for arithmetic calculations. Or it is used in an expression to solve the problem. You can write any point. Just ask for, it is symbol is used for calculations. Rewrite the following using ternary operator. So what is ternary operator? Ternary operator is also known as conditional operator. They have given a if else part, so you have to write it ternary part by using ternary operator. So this is the condition, this is the true value, this is the false value. You have to separate it as condition, true value, false value, and the left part you have to write discount. So what I am going to do is, for that question we will write first discount, because it is repeating 2 times. We will not repeat the same time. Discount is equal to, you have to check the condition, bill is greater than 10,000. So if bill is greater than 10,000, question mark, in the bracket it will come, true part is bill into 10.0 by 100. So you will write bill star 10.0 by 100 colon, false part is bill star 5.0 by 100 semicolon. This way you will write. Okay, you will not write here discount is equal to here. It will be wrong. So you have to write like this only. Fine. Next, the fourth question. Give the output of the following segment, and it also mentioned how many times the loop is to be executed. So you have to find out the output also, and it has to be mentioned how many times the loop is executed. Int I, they have mentioned for I is equal to 5, I greater than 10, I plus plus. So we will work I is equal to 5. First time it will check the condition. 5 greater than 10. It's a global variable because it is declared outside the loop. So 5 greater than 10, condition is wrong. So this is only one statement under the loop. This is the only statement under the loop. So it will not get work. Since there is no curly braces, it means that there will be only one statement under the loop. So this will not work. So loop will not work, and it comes outside. This is outside the loop. So I is 5. So 5 into 4, 20. So output you will get as 20. Output you will get 20. Next question, how many times the loop is executed? Since the condition is false, the loop will execute for 0 times. Since the condition is false, the loop will execute for 0 times. Next, name the package which is always open by default in a program. You always know mac.class belongs to which package? java.lang. So java.lang is the default package. Section A is completed. We'll continue with the section B in next video. Thank you.